Welcome back to the Middle Eastern closed qualifier for Katowice to go to the minor. I mean, continuing our little journey here, I think we might be into the upper bracket still, but I'm never quite sure. Even when I'm casting the last map, I wasn't sure whether it's the upper or the lower bracket. Either way, one thing's for sure, we're going to be seeing some Middle Eastern Counter-Strike, Mac.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited for, was it Mixfire?
Yeah,
FIREMIX?
FIREMIX
tapes versus Juicy Fruit. So,
yeah, so it is the upper bracket, by the way. So
yep.
keeping on through the upper bracket until we hit the end of it, I would imagine, and we
Quality
find out
matches.
who's going to go through.
Very, very excited.
We only watch the winners here.
Yeah.
No losers allowed.
I just want to see the chemistry between Cool and, is it not Cool?
Zero Cool.
Zero Cool?
Not cool.
Not cool.
Cool or not cool?
So there's a nerd and there's the cool guy.
Yeah, but the Zero Cool guy is actually higher rated than Cool. So I mean, probably checks out in my books.
Oh, he's the nerd, right? He spends more time behind the PC.
Look, that's great analysis. This is what they tune in for. Just the fantastic analysis here on ESL CSGO. Yeah. So let's take a little bit of a look at the bracket to see what part of the upper bracket we're jumping into. Going to be that lower little part there between FIREMIX and Juicy. Any idea? Any thoughts about what's going on here? I know one team. I mean, both teams are kind of mixers, really. FIREMIX.
Yeah, you definitely had something to say about the beautiful lineups on both the teams there.
Yeah,
the core three.
Yeah, the core three of the Middle Eastern players, and then whatever European players willing to sacrifice their day to make their way through whatever qualifier. Interesting strategy. I prefer your approach from NASA and Nom, who are actually using players from their region across the board. But
what if there's just one? What if there's just one from another country?
It depends how good he is.
Okay.
If he's an absolutely sick player, like NK or whatever, then that's kind of cheating. I don't like that.
All right. Well, what about with NRG with Cirque?
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay.
Because it wasn't like, I don't know. That's fine. I don't know. What about Jacob in Renegades? It's the same kind of thing, you know, same kind of conversation. Interesting to see, and this is something we see a lot in Asian and Middle Eastern qualifiers and stuff like that. We've actually seen NASA in the first round, one of the favorites, drop to the lower bracket. And, you know, questionable result, I would say. Bit of an upset. But it's always a factor when we get those online sort of qualifiers. You know, the ping, especially in the Middle Eastern region, is always a bit of a killer.
And we found out that's probably why they swapped servers to other teams' server mid-game to sort of
internet and ping and servers.
That, but giving both teams that ping advantage for at least a half of the game, I feel like that's pretty sportsmanlike. I'm
not sure whether that's what it was in particular.
Maybe
but
not.
If that was, then props. Oh, that was what it was. Dear God, that's very sportsmanlike. But I mean, imagine getting closed out on by Nom in the last half of the game and you just can't do anything. There's nothing you can do. They're just wide swinging you. They've got 5 ping and you lose. That's it.
It's
a bit sad.
Play to your ping, you know?
Play to your ping.
Yeah.
How do you play to your ping when you've got like too much?
You ponk him.
You ponked him?
You ponked them.
He definitely ponked them with the 5 ping. The bit of an advantage there. But, you know, they took him out. What can you really say? Would like to see some more games not decided by internet, but you know, that's just me. That's how I like my Counter-Strike. Nice and fair. 5 ping for everybody. LAN server.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I prefer.
Have you ever played Mario Party 2?
No.
See, I've just thought the amount of times we like look at each other, but then you look back. It's like one of the mini games in Mario Party 2 where you got to look away from like which the mate it's 1v3. And the one person has to try to knock the other people out by looking the same direction, and we're trying to like dodge each other.
Well, you know, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that. I'm not really much of a Mario fan or a Nintendo boy or anything like that. So, yeah. I mean,
you haven't lived. I'm just going to keep dropping Mario information. I did Mario Kart in the map before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit of a Mario reference. So, I mean, this is going to be a pretty interesting qualifier with all these mixed teams coming into the fray. Definitely some broken hearts and broken dreams to be had for people who are actually bringing a how do I say it, like a long-standing lineup, actually trying to qualify with the boys.
Okay, with the boys, you know, keeping the boys aligned.
What I was going to say before though, Mac,
Yep.
is you know, on like Mario Kart, how you like choose the maps and stuff like that. You
Yep.
know, you try to find out whether you want to, you know, play on a beach or like play on like a roller coaster in the sky or whatever. That's what we're going to have a look at here.
Okay.
What teams have chosen what maps and banned
Ooh.
other maps.
The veto.
Yeah, the veto.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
Mario Kart or in this game?
In this game. I don't know if
Okay.
you do a veto in Mario Kart, but anyway, banning Nuke and Train is something that you would expect two teams who are here to pug it out with a lineup of mixed players who haven't played too much together.
Okay.
Let's just play some Dust 2, some Cash, some Mirage. Let's not turn on the brain too much, and let's see who has the better aim at the end of the day, who's got the cooler players.
Okay.
Because they've got a cool and a zero cool on the same team. That kind of evens out, so I'm not really sure who's going to have the advantage across the board.
So, like, Mirage seems like a map where the temperature's pretty hot there, so Zero Cool should perform, whereas Cool, I don't know, is it going to be him just sort of toning down the temperature, or is he going to have a fiery one?
Imagine what's going to happen when Sub-Zero comes into the map pool. Then Cool is definitely going to power up. We're going to see his ratings start to skyrocket across the board.
Can't
I don't
wait
know if
for
that's
that.
ever going to come into the map pool.
I can't wait for Sub-Zero.
It's a
by the
Mirage
way.
pick. It's a Cash pick.
Ooh.
Overpassed in Inferno. A little bit too tactical. We're going hard pug, Mac.
Hard
Dear
puck.
God. All of the pug maps.
The
This
trio.
is going to be absolutely disgusting.
I'm excited.
I'm
you know.
ready. This is what I've always wanted to see.
We've got some European players, which I expect to be absolutely popping off here today. And what
Probably.
better than these AIM maps? So,
Oh, what a boost to the HLTV rating. I bet they're just rubbing their hands together. You know, before I might have been a 0.96 or whatever because I'm playing against tier 2 European teams, but now we're playing in the Middle East qualifier where, yeah,
Ooh.
there is frags to be had.
It's juicy, isn't it?
I don't know how good their ping's going to be, though. Are they going to be
Ooh,
playing
are they-
with
that-
some
that-
terrible ping
I thought about
issues?
that. Are they actually playing from Europe, or are they going to be have they been
Surely
flown over?
No, there's no way,
Ooh,
right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind a little bit of a, you know, nice little trip to Dubai or something like that. Just play some Counter Strike. You know, the organization owner is just like, which Rolex would you like? You know, that was probably more of a dream, to be honest. But anyway, I'm excited to see some beautiful puggy Counter Strike, some Mirage, some Cash, maybe a few B rushes in there.
Ooh.
Very few mid controls and sensical tactics, but definitely some combinations of moving your movement keys with the mouse, with the AK out, and very few grenades thrown. That's what I'm here to see.
Okay, so what I heard more towards that sort of Asian CS style, even though it's a whole different region.
Ah, well, perhaps. I don't know. I feel like the Asians
They've
region is
gotten better.
more coming along with the strats and stuff like that. So now, taking a little look at some of these lineups, I don't know many of these players. However, I do know NK because he played with Cirque, who's now on NRG, and NK is pretty decent. Been hanging around those second tier Bulgarian teams.
Okay, we got Blitz there too, so he's been flown over. So there's an Australian player in that team.
No, it's a Y, not a 1.
Ah, I can't see. I had my glasses off. Sorry there. But look at the chemistry and the names on FIREMIX. So you got Zero Cool and Cool. We've already touched on that. But Crank and Cranky. Like, look, Cranky. It goes all the way through. You got Viper there in the middle, just doing his own thing. The Snake over there.
Vipir.
You know which two of the four that are going to have the duos? Exactly.
Yeah, I'd say FIREMIX are going to win, probably not because of their sick names, but because they have NK on their team.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to say. Already, this is more grenades than I expected to be thrown this entire map, so good stuff. Smoke going out onto short, and I think it was meant to go into connector, but it hasn't quite made it there. But Blitz with a very quick shot there.
Cool goes down, but now Blitz looking for more. Gets a second. Can he find the third? Oh, crosshair placement. Look at this, just tapping away. And Cranked can't do a thing. So he's setting himself up for the 4K. Zero Cool, last alive. Can he take down Blitz? He definitely cannot. Adams too sharp there, finding the headshot of his own. And we are going to see Juicy taking that first round of the first map here in the best of 3 against FIREMIX.
Juicy indeed. I mean, those were some juicy sounding headshots from the USPs. Nice and squelchy, just the way I like them, Mac. And we are going to see one of the T's force and the rest of them not force. So I'd say all of this checks out to me at this point.
just going to go the way that you're expecting it?
Look, there goes the only player that bought. His
Yeah.
money's going to be in the bin next round. I think he forgot that the money has been updated. So, fair enough. He hasn't been here for a few weeks.
Oh, that was a beautiful shot, though.
These are some sharp gamers.
That's what you want on your team.
Also, loving both of these logos. Did we make those?
I hope so. They're very, intricate in their
Just put
design.
everything in the box.
Well,
God.
Look at this. The Deagle's doing the work.
I mean, you said Zero Cool was going to perform on this map, Mac. I think your analysis may have been very well placed.
I told you, the stats are irrelevant when it comes to Counter-Strike.
Got this guy blitzing the competition. So far, I haven't seen Mad Hacker turn anything on, so I don't know. I don't know whether to follow this logic yet.
No, I hope that one's a lie. I truly do. Oh, Blitz, though. Look at the
We're losing the pistols.
control there on the trigger.
I think everything's on track here for a great game of messy CS.
Whoa! Adam's almost whiffing there. Dodging the flash. Down in the 2v2. Has that Molotov. Will force the T out into the open. Standing, holding his ground, and he will just burn to death.
He's Zero Cool.
Zero Cool.
Man's not hot.
Thought he could not feel the pressure there, but NK. Balls of steel. Look at this. Waiting for the second tap, which will eventually come out. Mad Hacker, though. Low HP. And NK just decided to save the Deagle instead. You know, baiting the push. But full faith there into the 5th HP CT on the cover. And now Juicy with 2. FIREMIX. They are going to buy up regardless, even if Viper did buy in the previous. And he will go for that Deagle and Util.
This bloke in the 3X. Yes, he has not bought armor. That is not good.
Ooh.
Zero Cool. Molly into the window. It's going to be going straight up cat while the rest of the boys straight through B apartments.
He's going for those headshots, but Adams now standing in the Molotov will fall down. Cool with the 2K, assisted by the utility. And Kanku coming out of market door, and Blitz finding a single frag himself. Equalising to a 3v3 as NK gets aggressive towards short. Should find some action. Now Blitz, oh, feeling sharp. Hitting him with the 2K. They're jiggling as well, spotting all the info. So now the final 2 CTs should be able to retake here, although Crank doing a great job to take down Invakes. And now Kanku wrapping. Oh, good positioning from Viper there, hiding behind the wall, but a bad smoke. Won't deny any vision. Viper drops out, plays the timer down, will get the wrap there after being unscathed from those M4 bullets, and FIREMIX find their first round on the T-side Mirage.
That's exactly what you said to me before this game started. He got the wrap. He's definitely on the team Fire mixtapes.
Yep.
Now, going to be a complete reset because that's the way it was going to go. You can't lose that many kills to the Deagles and then in the following round just drop it. CT Economy says no, sir. Very split up approach from your boys on FIREMIX.
Invakes actually feeling the full force of not buying that armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely came in to play there, although placement of the nade didn't finish him off there.
Like in real life.
A good headshot onto Invakes, but dropping out Zero Cool. Not going to clear under balcony at all. Blitz, give it a free one, but can't get the second. Good trades from Crank and Cool, and now Kanku last alive at the Deagle in a 1v3. One of the T's quite low, so winnable, but probably only about a 5% chance to go for this one. Bullets coming through, which he manages to dodge. Not quite a one-way. Not sure if he is going to be able to spot anything through the edge there. Maybe some legs and maybe some heads at the top of the stairs, but it seems pretty locked down for FIREMIX here.
100%. Not going to be buying into the next, I would imagine, for these CTs. Still pretty poor, but good to take some guns away from these terrorisms. Make sure their economy doesn't get rolling too much. Could have been an opportunity for Cancun there. Cancun, maybe. To pick up another gun off one of the Ts, but it will not be. Now for a save for the CTs for the second time. See if they could chip some more money away from the T economy. Already done a fantastic job of that. Look at some of these T's money. 200, 300, 1K on 2 of their players. Only NK's got some cash in the bank. He's thinking about the future. Wants to send the kids to college, perhaps.
But it's all about the rounds, you know. Money doesn't matter if you just kill them. You know, when it comes down to the wire, you can't say that's false. We saw it in the last map.
Well, you talked about percentages last round, Matt. You said 5%. Give me some percentages when all your boys have umps and pistols. Because I tell you how it worked out that last round for NASA in that last series, Mac. Did not work out well.
There's always a chance, mate. All right, you just have to believe. You know, Juicy, feeling a little bit wet. Can they believe through the moisture? Here we are. Ooh, smoke starting to fade. Blitz on the flank will be shut down there. He did find one, but not himself a rifle. And now in the 4v3, all 3 CTs remaining, coming in from that CT spawn area with the flash. Viper goes in. CT's not blinded. Bringing it back to the 2v3. Trades here for NK. Still looking a little bit more. Just can't connect the spray. And now in the 2v2, there's not a lot of time left. CTs will not go for the round. Invakes might just try to save another rifle, but he is quite low and wants to get away from the explosion. Now, a bit of respect being shown. FIREMIX allowing the CTs to save that AK into the 6th round of the game. And Juicy should be able to buy up yet again. Look at that, though. Mad Hacker not living up to the name with 0 frags so far. Just wait till he leaves and re-enters the server. And Blitz there, still looking for double digits. He's been sharp from that pistol round.
Yeah, he's a sharp gamer. It's blitzing the opposition. But how much will FIREMIX continue to crank up the ante? That is the question.
Oh, once again, aggression. Shutting down Cool. And only 1 T at mid to try to contest. But everyone feeling pretty safe there, except for Blitz. He did eventually get shut down. As Crank came in on the flank, making his way down towards tunnels. Now, 0 Cool. Trying to get revenge for his fallen brethren. But just wasting some util there. Having a bit of a chat with Crank. Saying, mate, that Asimov looks pretty nice there in your hands. What did you do to it? What did he do to it?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he paid 120 bucks for that, though.
Oh, that might be it. That might be true. But Adams is in the corner and can't dodge the flash. Will be allowed to have every opportunity to pick up the frag onto Crank, but forgot where his trigger was. Now, Mad Hacker, last alive on short here. Surely cannot win this round. He has some utility to work with, which he just doesn't really want to pull out in the 1v3 flank. Coming in slowly from NK, who should be gifted this one. And there you go. NK, too sharp for Mad Hacker, who is still on 0 frags, I believe. Now into the 7th. FIREMIX looking good, doubling the frags, the rounds, sorry, of their opponent. And fighting for that economy.
The old economy. A tale as old as time. Can the CTs shoot some more terrorists and keep their money nice and low? Or will the Ts get a real, I don't know, lack of a better word, juicy start to this game? Already up in rounds. Can they get their money going as well? A bit of a B rush. Those are some great flashes. Nice little flank from Viper. He's been allowed to run all the way up mid with no contest.
Now that's a little rough there for Juicy, you know. But they are going to find a free rifle. Viper goes down. And as you said, that is his first frag. And he's not going to hunt for a second as he does pick up the rifle, looking to save it into the 8th round of the game. But Blitzy with the Deagle, just looking for some exits. Might actually die to the bomb here.
Is that a Belgian flag? Is he a Belgian boy?
Belarusian?
Belarusian. Belgium?
Is that it?
No. Not at all, back.
I don't know.
I'm going to need to show you a world map someday.
I'm not a bloody geologist.
Belgium is where Scream's from. Does that help?
Geographer. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I didn't study terminology in school.
Look, I'm just going to move past all of this, and we're gonna talk about round 8 because the CTs can buy. So stop it, Mac. All right, focus on the game, mate.
You've cracked me.
It's a double orb setup, and Blitz has got one of them. The Mad Hacker's got the other one. So we're on both ends of the scale, relying on both our carry and, you know, I can't even say an anchor because he hasn't had many rounds to get into it, to go hard with the AWPs. The double whopper, can you even hold it in your hands? I don't know if that's even going to fit.
I've done it before, so it is possible.
Good to know, Mac. If anyone's going to do it, it'd be you, mate.
Big burgers, it's what I'm about.
T's looking like they're going to line up a bit of an execute. bit disappointed, to be honest. Expected them to just hold W out ramp. But anyway, going to be seeing some tactics, even if it is a tactic that's about 4 years old. Good to see.
Late flash, but no push off it. That Molotov just pretty much dissecting the strategy. Cool even shut down over towards apartments. Hacker on the AWP, finally picking up the weapon that seems to favour him.
Look, Mark, I hate to say it, but they've thrown all their util and they've run out as it's expiring.
Yeah,
that's worked out very poorly for them, as you would expect.
Could have gone a little bit smoother there. You know, but they are about to grab the mic and Blitz, who will fall there to Viper. Good trade from Adams, falling back to the bottom of Con, holding his ground, but with the flash, NK just decides not to peek on such little HP. Now the bomb will be planted. Reverse default as Mad Hacker goes straight through the smoke. Takes down the man with the full HP. NK falls to Adams as well. And a good retake there from Juicey, who, you know, managed to save both the AWPs here. So that will be good for the economy going into the later rounds of the half. But FIREMIX still on track to get the majority and go into the CT side, which is generally seen as the stronger side of Mirage, although tonight begs to differ.
I don't know, mate. I'd say it's pretty balanced.
Do you reckon it's balanced now? All right.
100%. Well, fortunately for Juicy, just like their name suggests, as many things that are juicy, there's only so much juices that can be lost before you're out of money. Great analogy. Thanks, Mac. T's looking to come out,
That was a real insight, you know, into the history of money. Thanks, Pilly. Didn't know money had juice. Anyway, Kanku in a position where he hasn't been spotted out yet. Utility used everywhere for FIREMIX, but Kanku peeking, finding one. Could have potentially held a little longer as his teammates were rotating in.
Look, they've come out with the smokes this time, so I'm going to say that's a improvement across the board, really. Smoke comes out towards Jungle and Con, flashes to try to slow these CTs down. Some great post-flight positions from the T's here. Best of luck breaking this one, boys.
Although Adams, he's started it off. The man at Tetris peeking as well. Bait and switch as NK finds one crank. Good headshot. Invakes. Oh, Blitz with the game sets of a god. Now on the 2v2, what are we going to see? Blitz finding themselves yet another. Now it's all up to NK in a 1v2.
This is not a good spot for it to be planted.
Not a huge amount of utility to play with. And Blitz on the cover. Look at that. 3K on the retake.
Channeling his scream there. His countryman.
Huge.
Absolutely massive.
Huge. Big gamer. I
Maybe
wonder if he's
as well with the AWP.
Do you reckon he's as big as Australian Blitz? It'd be funny if they looked very similar. Can we get a picture? Can someone source a picture for us?
No, he's got no picture on HLTV.
Oh, well, you know, he will shortly if they keep this up. Whoa, crank. Absolutely out of the server there. Blitz. So the man that put in all the work seems to be the carry. Shut down. Viper looking for another on the A site. Yeah, there is an almost crossfire here, which may not be broken as FIREMIX. They've decided to put all their eggs towards Con.
Look, it's a bit of a one-dimensional push, unfortunately. They don't have anyone on the extremities. They're all in middle. They're trying to get something done in Con. They're getting, I mean, they've got the first pick, but that was at A. So they're getting very little done at the moment. They're going to start to regroup towards B. A pretty good move, considering there's no sick counter-terrorists on the B-bomb site.
What an ang. Viper. Just jiggling himself there. Although some sound will be made on short.
Look at this rotation, though. Out from the CTs. They are feeling a bit antsy.
Yep. Unaware, but Kanku with the hold, finding 3 up on the wood blocks. Now it's all up to Adams, who will fall there. But in the 1v2, Cool only has 14 HP. And, you know, it looks like he has been frozen, iced, some say. As we are now back to a 5v5 draw. Juicy.
It's always a 5v5 at the start of the round, Mac.
It really is, yep. You're not wrong. But
a tactical pause.
Interesting
development.
Though. That hold.
Yeah, that was great. I almost want to call him Cankles.
Cankles? I don't know. That could go one of two ways, and it will depend on if he has a HLTV picture, and we should not go into that one.
Look, I don't think the pictures usually scroll that far down. Usually you just have a little headshot. Can you tell if someone has Cankles from just looking at their head back?
Well, sometimes. Let's be real. Sometimes you can.
All right, so, I mean, let's see what kind of tactics FIREMIX come out. with after the tactical pause. This time they're just going to be taking a bit of a save. Half by maybe Pistols and Armor. Definitely going to be taking an opportunity at winning this round because let's be real, Pistol and Armors can get the job done.
Armors and Llamas. You know, shout out to my boy Llamas. Wrong country, but wrong region as well, completely.
Look, stop showing your Aussie bias here. We're here to cast
I have no Aussie bias.
We're here to cast some wholesome Middle Eastern Counter-Strike with a sprinkling of Europe mixed in.
Mm-hmm. You know, got to add some flavour, you know.
Yeah.
Spices do it.
That's right.
Yep. That's what I've learnt in my years of cooking for myself. Here we are, Adams holding strong. Viper will actually draw a rotate out off of the A site. Now here comes the drop. Blitz can't hold. Just the MP9 and the bomb plant will be denied. Kanku once again putting in some work here for Juicey, but now back to the 2v2 as that Deagle does some work by Zero Call. He's looking for another spot in the info. Oh, almost gets the flick there. Wins the M4A1S, but NK 39 HP.
Show us how big your brain is.
And he's looking to, you know, get rid of that brain apparently. So he's uncrouched and NK falls to Adams. Little bit of an anticlimactic end to the round. I was hoping for a 1v2 with the CZ, which is now what I believe the inferior pistol, as the pros say, up against the Tech 9 and the 5.7, which we've seen a lot more play with recently.
Really? Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And when I say the pros, I'm talking my friends, you know, because they're better than me, so I put them on a pedestal. I put them right up there.
That's why we're friends back. It's because I'm, you know, never mind. Anyway,
great with the P250.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not factually incorrect, I would say.
Oh, another tactical pause coming out
from Juicey.
Know, this from your like pre-game analysis. I thought it was just going to be a dry
I've
pushes,
seen far too many
plays.
Executes. Far too many tactics going on here.
Yep.
I'm a bit disappointed. I think
disappointed.
Too much. What? Look, I'm a guy that just loves me some brawly Counter-Strike where two teams just run at each other. That's why I love watching me some Vega Squadron.
Okay.
You can't deny that whenever you watch a Vega game, you're entertained thoroughly.
It is very action-packed. What I want to see FIREMIX do again, though, that short split, the B split that they did earlier, seemed to work really well. You know, the CTs just weren't aware of it at all, but we do get into a bit of contact here at mid. Who was that? Blitz holding his ground there, going wide instead of back to cover. The confidence showing. Yeah, Kanku with the AWP, finding one up on the box. Once again, confidence plays. It is doing the work here for Juicey. Now 2v5. We do have the lurker out towards B-Apps there. Kanku, oh no, Crank, sorry.
Yes, a good old lurk with the AWP.
But he's going to be shut down. 2-tap with the M4. Now Cool showing us what he's made of, and it's not a lot. Apparently, bit watery there.
The opposite of Juicy. Completely flavourless.
Ooh, I don't know. That Brizzy water tasted like dirt.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad.
You haven't been to Thailand, Mac, have you?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
You can't even drink the tap water there.
I have heard. So I probably won't go.
And the modems keep overheating, judged by the amount that they have to take tech pauses due to players disconnecting.
Look, I'm a big fan of tap water.
They need a big fan to keep their computers going. So maybe you should get over there.
Big fan, mate, big fan. Anyway. So Zero Cool and Crank finding a few frags there with the pistols. So a bit of an upset about to happen. Adams, can he do the work here with the M4? 4x3 player shut down by Viper on short there. Now in a 1v4, Mad Hacker has to essentially double his frags, I believe, here. Ooh, there you go, through the wall, pulls out the 5-7. Players coming in from every which angle, and he will be shut down completely. Mad Hacker falling to the deagle of NK, and FIREMIX on the pistols, managing to find a 6th.
Absolutely. It's looking great for them. Really getting some T rounds on the board, which, look, I don't have a huge amount of faith in Juicey's T side. I didn't have a huge amount of faith in either of these teams' T sides if they were going to play as slowly and as split up as FIREMIX have been doing. However, I have been proven wrong.
So smoke's essentially non-existent there. Viper falling straight through that one from the AWP of Kanku, which has been doing some damage in the.
I mean, yeah, they got both of the European super subs. Is Turkey part of Europe?
Is what?
Is Turkey part of Europe? Look, I'm not going to
Yeah.
ask you, Mac, because I don't think you're going to know.
I'm just going to say yeah. You know? Hit him with the Pilly special. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
good,
if
good
you're
on you.
wrong, then I'll be wrong
You're
too.
learning very fast here, Mac. You started out as just an intern, and already you've impressed me. Not only with your strong memes at 8:49 p.m. at night, but also you're picking up all the little tips. Man, this Blitz guy's been on point.
Oh, look at the late push too. We'll get all of that information, all the footsteps being made at the top of mid. Now it looks like we are going to see Adams actually leaving that B site. Blitz didn't fully clear apartments, but he doesn't really need to with all the information that he has. Although Crank was watching it, Blitz didn't make a sound, but just waiting for the aggression, which FIREMIX seem to know that Juicy are going to pull out of the hat.
Look, he's Polish just like me, so he's probably pretty good. 4-on-3 though for the CTs. Adams, he's been pretty solid on these bomb site holds. Let's see if he can do it again. Kanku makes it really easy for him, and he's just going to drop one in the back. There's another one.
That was beautiful. The old peekaboo.
The good old combination of the movement in combination with the mouse doing the aiming.
Yeah.
Great to see.
But if you are the T in that situation, right, you hear him running around near Van, but he's gone straight under you. So you look at the sound, and if you're looking towards jail there, then all of a sudden, he's behind you.
Look, looking at the sound is usually pretty difficult, which probably indicates why that was so successful for him.
What do they call it? In soccer, you get nutted, right, when they kick the ball through your legs? That's essentially what just happened.
Let's stay away from that entire conversation here and see that the T's are actually going for some mid-control. One guy chilling. He's straight out underpass. Chilling, as I say. Cool. Quick as you like. Early entry. Viper getting another one. Oh my god. The T's are everywhere. Straight towards B. Raw switching places. Adams is on the T side now.
Look at this, the hard rotation coming out from Juicy. A site's open and the bomb is so deep in T-spawn here. It does not need to commit at all. But Adams, aggressive, might be able to find a 2K. There is a gun in the hand here of NK. He won't check his corner. Gets the flick with the deagle. What a shot. Dink coming out from Invakes, but he will be shut down too. And that will be the end of the first half. What a bunch of action in such a short time.
Yeah, it's quite a close game so far. Very close contest. All the Europeans showing up and doing some work. A lot of these Middle Eastern boys, though, not doing too badly for themselves either. Keeping things nice and interesting. So far, I mean, you've been pretty correct. Cool kind of struggling here on Sunny Mirage. Zero Cool doing a little bit better for himself.
He's melting. Evaporating. He's gone.
Look, sometimes you can be too cool, Mac. Like the other day, I've turned my freezer up because there's too many things in there blocking the vents, and my paddle pop was just a little bit too frozen, and I couldn't quite. Like I bit into it, it was a bit chewy. Sometimes you can be too cool. It's what I'm going for here.
What did you want, a molten paddle pop?
Not a molten paddle pop.
Why did you want a molten paddle pop?
I did
paddle pop soup.
I just wanted it a little bit less cool, a little bit less chilled.
They're always bendy, right? That's why it's a banana paddle pop, right? It's supposed to look bent.
I had chocolate, mate.
It's not
all
supposed
about
to be
that
yellow.
chocolate.
Oh, you're chocky. Ah, right. That's
Bit of a chocky.
I like chocky.
Oh, the good old B rush. Get in there, Juicy. This is the T side that I wanted to see. Fast and exciting Counter-Strike.
And Vakes going straight down, though. 2 men on short and a third on site, but Blitz is going to be shut down as well. Adams, 1-in-1, but Mad Hacker with the spam. No bullets remaining, and Viper will pull that one straight back into himself. And there you go, 8-8, tying it up on the pistol round. What?
Nothing at all. I'd say that was a pretty good summary. They got a lot of digs across this C side here, Mac. They're going to try and see how many of the CTs they can kill. What do you think of Viper only buying USB and armor?
Well, he's ambitious.
Oh, the big nade, though, coming out. That's a lot of damage on these Ts. They don't have any armor. They're trying to limp out mid with a bit of shrapnel in their legs. Never easy. I've tried it.
On the battlefield.
Yeah. Clearly, I'm a man of war. Absolute weapon.
It's funny you say that because you don't look like a jellyfish.
No.
And you don't look like a blue bottle.
I look a little bit
you
more...
almost do. You dressed in blue tonight.
True.
Yeah.
I look a little bit more like a jellyfish than a soldier who's had experience with shrapnel, I'd say that.
But do you sting as much as the Deagles here on Juicy?
I don't know. We're about to find out, I think.
Molotov.
Utility going to be holding them off for a little bit longer. NK making a little bit of cash for himself.
Oh, good timing on the smoke as the Molotov starts to fade, but won't stop Kanku from going straight through. There we go. All of Juicy going to be squeezed. As, the final 5 remaining for FIREMIX will buff that economy as well.
Speaking of economy being buffed, that's the opposite of the effect on Juicy's when they buy a bunch of Deagles and don't get any kills with them. That's why they've got no grenades.
But you said that this is what you wanted to see anyway.
Who needs grenades? Just get out there on the bomb site. You know what's good against getting out there on the bomb site though? Grenades. The CTs have a lot of them. They're being thrown. Oh, Viper, he's feeling confident into Palace.
Oh, what a flash! Almost gets the third too. 288 damage. Mate, that was ridiculous.
That's a lot of damage.
Off what? One flash that he's thrown himself as well, but NK finding Mad Hacker as well now in the 2v4. It is going to be rough for Juicy to try to get back into this one. In Vakes playing with fire. But he is right next to his teammate, so they could potentially trade this one out. Kanku with a single smoke. Now look at this. Is he going to check the spot? Oh, he has. Does he get the flick? Looking for a second spray control. Holding it, eventually just getting the head and bringing it back to the 2v2. He's taken 50 damage. But that has opened the round back up for Juicy and now FIREMIX. Looks like we are going to see Zero Cool holding from that jungle area. As the rotate comes out from Cool, just making sure there is no one on the B site.
It's a dynamic duo, yin and yang here, trying to close out this round up against the T side of Juicy. Like you said, they've opened things up. Look at that smoke. Where's that gone? Does he even know? I'm not sure. I think that's gone back market. Or has that gone onto the B bomb site? Look, who knows at this point. It's caused some kind of rotation, which has actually been favourable for the T side. So, 10 out of 10 on that one, mate.
Look at the decision making here. If Zero Cool was in window and spotting short there, he would have been able to shut it down, but that is hindsight at its best. So it looks like the bomb will be planted for free with 10 seconds remaining, although Zero Cool has missed the short jump. And he is going to be heading through underpass now in Vakes, aggressive in market. Hiding, using the shelves as cover. But will Cool look the right direction. He has been spotted, but he gets the headshot with the UMP dropping from the register. Now in the 1v2 and 12 HP remaining. Kanku, we've seen him do some damage tonight, but can he connect when he needs to? Oh, he's done the first. Can he get the second?
Headshot angle, Mac. Can he do it?
He can make it work, but he won't.
It was a headshot angle, but not for Kanku or Kankles.
Well, it's a headshot for both, essentially. And, you know, Zero Cool showing us that he is the Mirage King here for FIREMIX.
Yeah, 100% coming out with the goods. I mean, some would say he stayed nice and cool in that situation.
But maybe it's the fire in his veins doing it too.
True.
It could be.
Sometimes all you need is just see red and go straight for the headshot, and that can work out. Oh man, I tell you what's rough though, Mac. I don't know if you've ever experienced trying to go up against double AWP with no grenades. Can be quite depressing.
You know, if they push up short quickly here, they could be in for a little surprise. No one actually watching Con, but...
Yeah, look, Mac, the problem is that they've thrown out both of their smokes right at the start of the round and done nothing with them. Now Adams, he's proving me wrong. Coming out B-apps.
But Zero Cool, given a second opportunity. The bomb not wanting to go out on B solo will fall back for the moment. Quickly just watch unders as the remaining teammates for Juicy here. Looking to group up towards Con and lower mid. We may see a boost coming into play, but it looks like Crank will be watching the crawl space.
Look, their T-side's living up to their name. It is just all over the place. Dribbling everywhere. They're only going to have to deal with this CT on the bomb site, and they will be able to take a site though, but he is... Ooh, he's been spotted out. Mad Hacker doesn't need to have anything on to see that one. And the bomb's going to go down. Triple plant the T's in jungle and ramp. Best of luck with this one, lads. You got a kit and a double AWP on the retake. Just, why are they still going for it, is all I have to say.
Well, how is Juicy's discipline here? You know, will the peak come out from Tetris? Because if it does, it could open up the round. But Zero Cool not making any noise with Peter 51. One flicking around. Oh, close range with that. Looking dangerous. Peak coming out just at the right time to allow Mad Hacker to catch Crank. Looking the wrong direction.
Lads, you had double AWPs. Just save them. You can win the round with those next round.
Keyword there is had. And looking like their economy has been thrown in the bin. You know, same as the mixtape, which doesn't seem to be too fire at the moment.
Oh, man. I don't know if you've been to Hollywood before, Mac, but there is no shortage of people trying to hand you their mixtape. FIREMIX going to take a bit of attack for the second time. There is more tactical pauses in this puggy game of CS than in most proper games of Asian CS, that's for sure. Don't like taking the tactical pauses.
Well, this man really needs to learn how to control his little drone plane. You know, he's flicking it left and right. MC,
Don't diss
mate.
MC, dude. I've seen him. He will tear you apart. He's absolutely savage.
Shredded, or?
Yeah, he's jacked. He wears the freshest clothes as well.
He's been hitting the gym. Yeah, we've got a tech pause now coming in. Okay.
The old tack into the tech.
So less tech, more tack.
No, the other way around.
Less tack, more tech.
Look, less pause, more play. That's what I like to say.
No, this pause has paused my brain as well, so that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you know, these are some pretty exciting rounds of CS, I must say. Coming down to the clutches, where one of the lads has to step up.
One of the juicy boys.
I will say, they're either going to be juicy or they're going to be fiery. Either way, gets me a little bit excited.
Well, you know, they've got to get a bit of
It's
flow
like a nice
going
steak,
on, right?
you know?
If you're going to be spitting out mixtapes, you need the flow. You know, you need the rhyme, you need the rhythm, and if you don't have the rhythm, you don't have that momentum, then you're not going to make it to the end of the mixtape. It's going to burn out, you're going to run out of tape, you're going to have to start it fresh from a new tape, new strats, new bloody people in your crew if it's necessary, all right? You can't just see, like, Salt and Pepper, you know, going back and forth like that. Like, did it ever work? Obviously it did, because they've got some bangers, right?
What's going
But,
on?
like, it was Salt's first bloody teammate, or teammate in the rap game.
Yeah.
Was it Zesty? Like Salt and Zesty? I don't know if it works.
I don't know. Juicy, a great song by Biggie Smalls. That's all I'm going to say.
You're right. You know, so they're,
That's a pretty good mixtape.
you know, put straight up there for a great success. But, you know,
Who will find success in this map?
they're still behind, right?
Yeah.
So,
But that's the thing about a mixtape. It might start off a little bit rough, but it has its moments. And if you finish strong... No, I'm just kidding. That's the opposite of the truth. If you tune into the mixtape and the first song's bad, then you're probably not making it through the rest of the map.
it's like a good story, right? You got to reach that climax. And that is where the action happens. Usually in the chorus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course. Which is usually the weakest part of a rap song.
Speaking of
Unfortunately.
climax, these smooths are actually beautiful, aren't they?
They are.
Doing things to me.
The drone plane, as you would call it.
You know, MC. He's picked up, what is it, the remote control for the drone, and he's just, you know, picked up the pace, picked up the quality too. Ooh.
I think MC is far too jacked to be playing with kids' toys. That's just my opinion.
Well, he just hit us with the orbital, so he knows what he's doing.
I'd say, yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, I wonder what the issue is, because, you know, FIREMIX might have burnt the house down, which would not be a good thing.
It's a good old TeamSpeak issue, Mac.
Ah, of course. Well, you know, obviously, if you have a TeamSpeak issue, you can't communicate, and how are you supposed to spit fire if no one can hear you?
I think we're going to need to stop with this analogy. I think that's far too much, Mac,
If you
already.
clap in the woods, did you actually clap? Did anybody hear you?
I don't know.
Have you ever clapped in the woods?
I've never been to the woods.
Do you want to go?
No,
Okay.
not a camping type, Mac. I don't know about you.
Speaking of camping,
There's
I might
some
be doing
nice-
that for New Year's.
Really?
Yeah, very excited.
Okay. You know what
Ooh.
else is exciting, Mac? Getting back into the game.
Gameplay is very exciting, especially
Yeah.
in this matchup, being nice and close, 10-9. FIREMIX still with the lead. But looking at the weaponry, we'll have to hit some shots here. And after Zero Cool goes out of the server, who has been putting on a performance for Juicy so far. Well, it's actually not for
FIREMIX.
Juicy, FIREMIX.
Yep.
Well,
There goes Frank
against
as well.
Juicy. Yeah, so this is off to a rough start. But Viper, he's got that scout. We see some aggression coming out from NK with that CZ. Could potentially find a frag and a rifle. But the double back. Ooh, ooh. Blitz goes down. That is a free rifle. Eyes on the prize. We see Cool pushing in. Find himself a Molotov there as well as Juicy. Snake their way back to mid. rerouting.
Good decision. Usually in the 4-on-3s and stuff, you know, something's going to be open, and the CTs aren't going to be leaving the bomb sites open for the most part.
But look at that, the scout tag onto Adams. Coming into play. Kanku's so low as well, but how's the timing going to go? Viper actually getting the headshot in Vegas now. So this 3v3 is certainly winnable for FIREMIX. Knowing that someone might have gone into window. Is Viper going to be able to go for the wallbang? Can he hit him with the sneaky cheeky? Has he spotted the scope there?
The more important question is he accidentally going to shoulder peek the guy behind him with his back?
Well, not if Adams stays in the corner. That's the thing, right? Even if he's up against the crawl space, he has to crouch before he gets spotted.
Look, the timer's running down here, Mac. There's 24 seconds. A guy in B apartments. Viper's absolutely tearing everybody apart with the scout. There's another tag. It's all down onto NK, and he's in the prime position to shut this one down. 43 HP. My maths, it says.
Oh, does he wait it out?
Molly, though.
He's definitely waiting this one out for Call to make his way up short, who has that AK-47 in hand. Oh, a bit more damage done. Down to 4 HP. Mad Hacker will fall, and now Adams in a 1v2. We'll have to pull out something amazing to clutch this round out. Bomb not planted for him either, but he's done it. Finding one, caught with a nade out, and his pants down as he is pushed into the market. And now we are going to see FIREMIX finding that 11th and an AWP on essentially an eco.
No, it was a force.
Force.
Full buy.
Pistol force.
They're in a rough spot, economically speaking. Pants down in the market, that's never where you want to be. Can confirm. Prior experience required.
I've been there. It's a dark place. I would never like to go back.
Yeah, definitely.
PTSD setting in.
Digs across the board, and if you're talking about PTSD, plenty have been experienced from some great deaglers in our region.
Lots of, you know, precautionary Molotov for the smoke coming in there. Unfortunately, Juicy, they can't afford smokes, but they can afford HEs here. And with that jump peak, the info is there. Nade stack coming out, but no HEs connecting. Viper with UMP, beautiful position, but he's going to be shut down. Blitz feeling it again with a pistol. He's been doing work with the secondary weapons here tonight. Can he win the 1v3? Probably not. Being wrapped in on, Zero Call will shut him down with the USP there. And FIREMIX taking it to a 3-round lead over Juicy.
They've overspent Mac. And again, they have no utility. So at this point, what can you really say? They won't be relying on the grenades once again. And I hate to say it, Mac, but it ain't really working out for them.
Would you just go for a pistol buy in that scenario and try to save 4 util?
Look, I'd probably be taking a bit of attack and having a bit of a chat to the boys about, you know, unfortunately gamers not always the most experienced people with managing money and how to spend all the little dollary dues, so can't really blame them.
Well, that's the thing about Australians, right? We got taught about the dollary dues.
Yeah.
By The Simpsons. So there's no way we can ever be wrong about economical management. In theory, you know, it's obviously not not a fact.
I mean, we didn't get absolutely wrecked by the financial crisis as much as other people did, so probably would agree with you there. Back, history supports your argument.
Shout outs to Ruddy. Big old
Kevin 07.
Ruddy. Champion.
Oh, it's looking like a bit of an A split here, Mac, but they're looking... they're not looking indecisive. Blitz is just lining up his CT smoke, of course, just to kick off the action, but only a handful of flashbangs across the board. Don't know if that's going to be enough to keep these CTs blind as they're starting to split this A bomb site. A lot of pressure on these CTs here. Not many grenades to be working with.
But NK does fall, and there goes one of the crossfires. We still have a CT play here. Crank holding strong, finding one, getting traded out. No! The AWP not flicking. Now in the 3v2, FIREMIX, they've got, very bad economy. They might have to think about saving here, although wanting to keep Juicy low. Can they do some damage? Not spotted and not really tagged up. But through the box, can the trade come out? Viper looking to inject some venom here. Can't connect. Looks like he is just going to eventually go for this. No, all right. So he didn't do the smart thing. I think snakes have small brains, so that's why he's run up the stairs straight into the crosshairs there. And FIREMIX still only 2 in the lead as Juicy managed to put another on the board.
Snakes don't back down, Mac.
No, they don't.
Once they arc up, they're in it.
fangs out.
Don't break eye contact.
Have you ever milked a snake? I haven't. I was wondering. You seem to know a lot of things. I thought you were a guy that would milk snakes just in case you ever got bitten. You know, there are dangerous snakes in Australia. You can never have too much anti-venom.
Look, no. As a kid who grew up in the suburbs, I haven't really seen many snakes, to be honest.
You're not living though. Well, I'm a country boy, and so is Mad Hacker there, who knows how to handle those snakes, taking Viper down, and Zero Cool falling as well in Vakes though, hitting yet another rib.
I've dealt with a couple proverbial snakes. Does that count?
Sometimes, yeah, I'd put it on the same block.
I'd say that's almost more difficult to deal with.
Well, I'll tell you what's not difficult to deal with. A couple of USPs here.
No, definitely not. Making pretty short work of only losing one gun, although...
Out of bullets, throws him the AK, goes to the Glock.
I've actually seen that happen before. It was on Cobblestone in a Tier 2 European game. One guy was standing above the drop. He throws his AK over the drop, and then the CT tries to equip it, and then he just peeks him with the pistol and kills him and takes drop.
Oh,
it was actually amazing, and that was a similar situation to what I saw last time, although I'm not sure if that CT ticket actually tried to equip that AK there.
He was probably just
Look at these smokes though, fast into window and connector, and it's going to be a short split. There's 3 CTs on this bomb site though.
Really good positionings to deal with this, except for Zero Cool, who is burning in his element. And the Mad Hacker, trade eventually, finding himself a second on 2. Old mate NK.
Look at that from Juicey though, the con and the window smoke into the door smoke, but they're still going down right and left. This could be still around for FIREMIX, but pretty hard to win this one with 2 scouts, so especially when Adams is aiming like that, mate.
They could afford the utility, but they still need to hit their shots. Oh, Crank, the bomb's not down. And the T's have all the information, but just peeking over and over. We are going to see FIREMIX punished there. You know, they had the read too, the 3-man stack that just got completely destroyed.
Oh, it's 12-12 again, and one team's on the comeback. It's the same story as last game, Mac.
Well, remember, this is actually a best of 3.
I know.
It's this close on the first. We're here till 4 a.m.
The last one was the best of 3 as well, mate. But we just didn't get to see most of it.
Yeah, I know. Good,
look, no game's really a best of 3 if you trade maps. It always just comes down to that best of 1. Always potential for something to be whinged about. And again, I mean, Juicey lining up a lot of grenades here on this T side, and these executes have been absolutely deadly. This is going to be very good. Look, Crank is all alone on this bomb site. He's got no grenades. He's only got this flashbang to his name. Better make use of it.
Oh, he's found one. Regressing though, almost a second Molotov. Invakes was standing in it, didn't fall down, finding the frag with his own molly there.
Beautiful AXEC. Bomb goes down for triple. 4 people alive, 2 CTs killed, and they're going to have to try to go for a retake with 2 AWPs and no kit.
Look at that too. You have Adams on the old pug play all the way around to Con, but with 3 other teammates remaining, that does allow him to do strategies like this. I think Zero Cool has been spotted and is now taking a duel there at mid. And it looks like with that, FIREMIX will just decide to try to save these weapons going in to the 26th round.
Very cool potential. Ooh, good old dropping of the gun. Seems to be a common occurrence in the Team Juicey.
I think everyone's pumped after the play before. You know, you throw him an AK, you kill him, you get it back. It's literally, what's it called, an Indian giver. Just a little bit of hope, you know. Oh, look, I got something for free. Thanks, man. And then just, they change their mind.
You look at it and it's like a brochure for a pyramid scheme, and you're like, oh, unfortunate. Anyway, looking like some buying around these double AWPs. I support this decision. Although not everyone's on the same page, as Cool has gone straight back into the buy for this round. So, bit of a mixed bag here. Not really evening up the economy across the board for your boys on FIREMIX. Juicey going to go for another cat split with some pretty well-placed utility to stop the CTs from getting aggressive. 3 already on the bomb site for FIREMIX, so
make it 4,
make it 4, yeah.
Look at this NK next to the logs. Is he going to be able to hold?
They're
Trades
clearly
are
boxes,
plenty.
but anyway.
Oh, come on, all right. Give me this. Crank somehow surviving as the smoke fades. He's run out of bullets, but he's pulled out the Glock, taking Crank down, and now Cool is last alive in a 1v2. But with 32 and 15 HP remaining for Juicey. they're going to be ready out wide in the open. This is actually a very dangerous position for Cool, but he's pushing it, forcing it, getting aggressive. The bomb goes down as well, which I believe has been spotted. Now Cool had... Oh, all right, he had the skill, he's got the flick. He's finally starting to find his feet.
You know what that is though, Mac?
Why?
Like, it's been so long in this game on Sunny Mirage. Everyone's starting to get a bit tired, a bit fatigued, and he's just keeping his cool. He's still cool. He's still chilled out.
Sunstroke.
He's able to keep it together and win the 1v2. 2 E's for Cool.
And what I did want to say, now we are on another tactical pause, is you were talking about mixed bags earlier, right? But the thing about mixed bags is, you know, there's some very good lollies in there that can come out, and you got to pick them out, right? Just as the mixed bag has
Good
to
old
make
Easter
those
show
picks, right?
experience, perhaps.
Exactly. Well, they're show bags, right? I'm talking about the 50-cent
Oh,
bag of lollies from the shops.
Good old milk bar.
Yeah, milk bar
There used to be a
lollies.
milk bar in my suburb. Do milk bars even exist anymore?
They do. I saw one in, I think it's Petersham.
that
That's
would be-
probably the last existing milk bar in the world.
So,
Shout out to that place.
Yeah, shout out to the old Asian man that used to work at the milk bar in my suburb.
Gotta love some cow
Sorely
juice.
missed.
Cow juice is very tasty. There's some people think. I try to avoid it.
Into another buy round. Double AWP on the CT side, and looking like the T's are going to go for another execute, but this time, bit of a fake, I would imagine, as 2 T's in the B apartments and 3 at the A. It's all going to be a ruse, Mac, and with 3 players already heavily towards this A bomb site this time around, it might work out beautifully for you boys on Juicy.
NK right on the edge there, super aggressive, looking for one, finding a
They do not
second,
need to commit
and he
to
get
that.
the third. He's swapped guns, and he will be allowed as Mad Hacker whiffs some shots there, but they haven't seen the bomb yet. It's still drawn a rotator. Good up in up, Zero Cool finding one, but not the bomb, and there is one man left, and that is Cool, who keeps it.
Chilled.
No, I was going to say, because Cool keeps it. I didn't want to actually say Cool again, but, you know. Speaking of Cool again, FIREMIX back in the lead. Feeling it, ice in the veins, 14-13, looking to close it out as Juicy. And now thinking about going for the force here.
They have to.
Oh, unless they want OT.
Looks like, once again, it is going to be one bloke buying, everyone else not buying. It's a classic so far in this game. It's stock standard, miscommunication on the economy. Can't say I'm surprised. Oh man, this B contact though. That's a juicy nade.
It's actually a FIREMIX grenade there.
Hmm.
But it did land on
That's
Juicy.
a fire grenade.
That's it. Similar to a Molotov, but Zero Cool, you know, keeping it under wraps, spraying like a madman, finding 2 before falling. Now Cool with the lineup, can only find 1 though. And Crank looking to push out. Great placement on the nade, tagging Mad Hack down 29 HP, who has the AK in hand, looking to do a bit more damage. CT's just waiting for the short rotator to make their way in. Mad Hacker at empty pillar. May actually be spotted here. So there goes the timing. NK feeling it too sharply, too much.
That bomb plant's absolutely sick for Juicy's economy though. It's going to allow KanQ to at least buy Galil or pistol and some grenades. Everybody else doing pretty good on the old money. Better utility than they've had for the rest of this game, but Adam still isn't going to buy a Molotov. He prefers the old HE grenade. Same thing with Inva. Look, Bloods, the one time you have opportunity to get some decent utility, and that's what you buy.
Well,
You could have spent those dollar dues so much better than that.
there
but,
are some sick HE strats coming into the game.
Not on Mirage, mate.
We haven't really seen Juicy doing too much. Oh, it can be.
They tried to nade Van, didn't work at all. Very spread out though. FIREMIX has been playing on the bomb sites. They seem very well prepared for what kind of T-side Juicy's trying to throw at them.
Well,
Yeah, got
strats
themselves
are
an-
being made to be counter-stratted.
Look, I don't think counter-stratting is going to be a factor in this particular series. Something, I don't know, I don't know what gives me that inkling.
You didn't even think they had strats at the beginning, so, you know, you've been proven wrong before.
Look, someone can call the strats. I'm not necessarily going to stop them from doing that, and clearly that's what's happening. I just didn't expect that. I
Look
think
at
it's
this.
a bit of the European influence, perhaps. Although I would say, in terms of the Asian regions, some of these Middle East teams definitely have a little bit more structure to them. NASA definitely comes to mind in that regard. So maybe a couple of the other lads following suit. Oh man, who's this under balcony? I think it's NK. Going to be stuck in between a rock and a hard place.
And Rocks are made to be cracked. Zenke falls down 0, cool. Finding one more on a Mad Hacker, bringing it to the 4v3. That bomb is on the opposite side of the map to the rest of Juicey's
So who's going to go to B
teammates.
there for a sec? Yikes.
So Kanku's fallen. The A site is no longer in the hands of Juicey. Not sure if it ever was, as the bomb nowhere near the site, which will be cleared completely. Invake's just running out, holding W, and using the old mouse 1 potential, but that will be that, and FIREMIX will take the first map of the best of 3 here tonight. Looking forward to some cash coming up.
Yeah, definitely time for another map in this series, if not 2. Pretty interesting one on Mirage. Definitely some more strategy across the board than I think I was expecting. I was expecting like a bit of a pug, a bit of a brawl, like some Asian style CS, everyone going out for some hard headshots and stuff like that. But I was surprised both teams on their T side a little bit more structured than I expected, a little bit more structured than some actual cohesive teams that are well established in the Asian region in terms of the old strats, you know. It was good to see. Anyway, I guess we'll see if FIREMIX are going to put Juicy through the rest of the juicer in the next map.